pugilist. Sauber root. Colorator. La parado adorecido 아파솔스미 라시도도도도도도도도파파랄랄랄랄랄랄레 레도레미 파파파도 솔솔솔 몰라 파라도라도레미도 파미르도시라 솔파 파미르도시라 솔파 라시도도도도도도도파 파랄랄랄랄랄레 레도레미 파파파도 솔솔솔 몰라 파라도라도레시도 Colorator. The soprano who can carry this high pitch, right? Because Zauberflöte ganz schwer zu tragen. Das sind diese hohe Klange, right? Ja, normale Sängerin, Opernsänger können das nicht machen. Das ist ein sehr, sehr hoch entwickeltes, hohes Niveau. Entwickeltes hohe Niveau, das hohe Niveau. 내 중이해는데 미친 것도 아니고 닥쳐라. 이게 좀 제대로 부르겠다. 오늘이 진짜 마지막이기 때문에 한 번 잘못해서 내가 이거 무슨 진짜 나중에 괴로운 거야. 자다가 일어나서 I normally toss and turn saying that, oh my god, I didn't say that. What an idiot. I really hate myself for doing that. Shut up. Shut up and do something. Seriously. I'm not serious. That's just a joke. That's a weird joke. Take it lightly. Don't take it too seriously. Are you crazy? 그런 적 없고. 첫날 우리 하즈는 모든 사람이 인정. 그래서 내가 그랬잖아. 우리 하즈는 아킬레스 같은 사람이야. 내가 할 말이야. 그런다 나 얘를 위해서 있다. 너무 신기하다. 내가 그 사람을 잊어지지가 않다. 볼 때마다 얘를 생각해. 제가 학교 다니면서 괴로웠겠다. 되게 많이. 솔직하게 다 갖췄는데 다른 애들이 있을 거 아니야. 특히 프랩스쿨에 막 프롬이나 뭐 그런. 그래서 얼마나 괴로웠겠어. 진짜 불쌍하다. 그러니까 존나 불쌍하다. 사실 너무 마음이 아프네요. 보지 않죠. It really broke my heart. It's really heart-rending. To even actually, imagine what it would be like. Think about it. Even actually at the time when I was at Columbia, I kind of thought, I really wish I could actually meet someone. But then I thought that there was no connection. Because I didn't really know that it was blocked. 막힌지 모르니까 그냥 잘 안 돼서 그런가 보다 이랬지. 안 된다고 해봐. 그것도 프레스 그것도 거기서 또 계속 다녀가지고 얼마나 예쁜 애도 많겠어. 아휴, 불쌍해가지고. 내가 좀 불쌍하대. I feel sympathy for him. Like, as a human being. I kind of actually, I felt in a similar way, but I was not at all informed of the condition. I was never been alluded to this moral condition. Never knew that. That's a better. Because you actually thought that, someday you can actually meet someone. At least you had you believe in this thought that every cloud has a silver lining. That's a better. But he knew that nothing is possible. He could never be someone. You know what? That guy, you remember? In Hong Kong, during the 90s and 85s and 90s, there was a massive transportation of HIV. Is that really kind of a blood plasma that had been later converted into AIDS treatment, retroviral AIDS treatment, and many of Asian patients were, supplied with HIV virus-stricken, vials that were later injected into their body. So there was one very young, I'm not really young, but adolescent, like college age student who actually said that he was diagnosed with AIDS just because of his congenital disease, hemophilia. Yeah, hemophilia, you can never develop a blood clot because your blood can never actually be coagulated. That was from San Francisco. In the 1980s, because of the created by the pharmaceutical company, there had been almost like disastrous efforts to gather as much as blood. They just, and people actually sell blood. The transfusion was commercially traded, but many of them were technically gay, and they somehow engaged in not all of gay, obviously, but at that time they had a very little understanding about the HIV, so there were lots of promiscuity, and that was the beginning of the disaster. And also, the pharmaceutical company was very, very egregious. They ignored, even after they knew it, but they decided to get rid of them by selling those already misbegotten products in Hong Kong. But Japan took a very quick action to protect its own citizens. That country is very powerfully well motivated. But the thing is, by looking into that boy, he knew that he could never be someone just like the person who's been sitting right next to him at in the class. I kind of sense that my husband would have felt the same way, would have done that when he was attending the prep school. I kind of thought that way. That boy said that. Technically that boy's mother said that. It's really devastating. Because once he realized he could never be someone, he could never live a normal life. expected from his classmates that really literally crumbled his world into rubbles. What's the point of living like? That was really the sentiment harbored by my husband. I can sense that. I'm not a psychic, but it's really sad. I could never actually let go of the story because I thought that that's almost really similar to how my husband felt during that time, because he was a creature of opulence, but in the midst of such an opulence, there was one vital factor missing. Then how poignantly traumatizing that might be. That absence. That would have been much more accentuated because of the lavish surroundings. Not because of materialistic riches, but because of, his near perfect status, right? In and outside. I'm like, what was I thinking? I have to actually solve this tells truth. I have to do this video task, 너무 불쌍하겠어. Yeah, as a human, I kind of actually felt very. I can actually empathize with his pain. 불쌍하다. 맞지? 우리 허즈보는 진짜 아이러니한 인간이다. Creature of irony라고 해주죠. 다 가졌는데 불쌍해. 내가 마음이 아프다. 진짜 마음이 아파요. 이 문학에 나오는 이 아이러니라는 말이 꼭 이럴 때 생긴 거. 내가 이러면 별로 안 불행했을 것 같긴 해요. 난 좀 특이하기 때문에 그런 단어보다 살것 같아. 얘는 다 가졌으니까 그렇게 생각 못하지 하지. 잠깐 타이머. 저희 허즈분 한번 보고. 바바바바바바. 너무 불쌍하다. 내가 잘해주고 싶긴 한데 능력이 별로 없고 안 예쁘고 그러니까 내가 할 게 없겠는데. 이럴 때는 내가 진짜 좀 예쁘고 그랬으면 얼마나 좋겠어. 불쌍하다. 내가 안 예뻐서 좀 미안하네요. 내가 좀 예뻤으면 좋았을 텐데. Eine erste Reaktion von Putin, wenn es Nawalnys Ermittlungen gibt. Was benennen wird hier ist, dass wir gar nichts eine notwendige gehabt hatten zu warten für eine jährliche Presse. Das meinte diese Fragesession. Fragebogen nicht. Aber Konferenz mit inszenierte Frage. Aber Reaktionen kamen schneller. In einer Treffen mit Studenten als Behörde versuchen zu verhindern, zu junge Demonstrationen. Die Demonstrationen auf der Straße bei Jungen Januar, okay. First reaction from Putin to Navalny's investigation into his alleged palace. Erste Reaktionen von Putin zu Navalnys Ermittlung an seiner sogenannten Schlosse. What stands out, we didn't have to wait for an annual presser with the staged question. Was hier benötigt würde, ist, dass wir gar nicht eine Notwendigkeit gehabt hatten, zu warten bis zum diese jährliche Pressekonferenz mit vorzeitiger, vorbereitete und inszenierte Frage. Reaction came much faster in a meeting with the students as authorities tried to stall youth taking to the streets. Eine Reaktion kam schneller in einer Treffen mit Studentinnen und Studenten, als die Behörden versuchen zu verhindern. Diese Demonstrationen auf der Straße bei Jungen, right? Taking to the streets. Am I getting it correct, Frederick? Reaction came much faster in a meeting with the students as authorities tried to stall youth taking to the streets. Reaktionen kamen je schneller. In einer Treffen mit den Studenten. Also Behörden versuchen zu verhindern oder hindern diese Protestationen oder Demonstrationen, Demo bei Jungen auf der Straße, right? Und diese Jüngster, diese jungen Leute nehmen die Sache auf der Straße, oder? Ja. Diese wird eine Demonstration. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. Wir haben bei der Festnahme von Navalny die sofortige Freilassung gefordert. We have demanded immediate free release of Navalny in light of his apprehension. Wir warten ebenso, dass alle, die am Wochenende friedlich demonstriert haben, unverzüglich freigelassen würden. Rechtsstaatliche Prinzipien müssen auch in Russland gelten. We also expect equally, as we have already witnessed this demonstration, peaceful demonstration throughout the weekend, to have these people involved with the protestation to be released and discharged without further hesitation, without much ado. We really wish that this rule of law, principles based upon the rule of law, must equally be applied to Russia. There should be no exception. Am I getting it correct? Heiko Maas, der deutsche Außenwirtschaftsminister, sagte, dass wir haben bei der Festnahme von Navalny die sofortige Freilassung gefordert. In light of, in wake of, the apprehension and the arrest of Navalny. I mean, if I ever actually make it a little bit clear, we have demanded immediate release of Navalny in the wake of his apprehension. Wir erwarten ebenso, dass alle, die am Wochenende friedlich demonstriert haben, unverzüglich freigelassen werden. We also expect that those all who, throughout the weekend, peacefully protested, should also be discharged without further delay, because they just exercised their democratic power. Please let them go. Rechtsstaatliche Prinzipien müssen auch in Russland gelten. the principles banking on the rule of law must equally find its foothold in Russia. And Russia should also equally uphold these principles of the rule of law. 이런 말이 되겠네요. Einer beunruhigende Zeichen für das Kremlin, das erneuerte keinerlei Konsequenzen von der EU zu erwarten sind, weder für die Inhaftierung von Nawalny noch für die Festnahme von 3000 Demonstranten. There is one troublesome sign from Kremlin, as so far there seems to be no hand that there technically it is expected to bear no meaningful consequences. In reaction to whatever measures taken by EU, or because the Kremlin remains almost like unfazed, right? Neither this imprisonment detention, neither the detention of Navalny in custody, nor the apprehension of more than 3,000 demonstrators. So this is one trouble sign from Kremlin, as again, no consequences from the EU are to be expected. Right. So this is really, even after this type of really it is. Einer beunruhigende Zeichen für den Kremlin. And one troublesome signs for the Kremlin. For the Kremlin, das erneuerte keinerlei Konsequenzen. Again, a new keinerlei Konsequenzen. No consequence. No consequences from the EU are expected to come out. Weder für die Inhaftierung von Navalny. Neither the arrest of Navalny. Arrest and detention, holding Navalny in custody, nor the actual arrest of more than 3,000 demonstrations. Inhaftierung is more like detention, have someone in custody. And Festnahme is apprehension or arrest, right? Festnahme, and more specifically, I wanted to actually make distinction. Inhaftierung ist eine Person ist hinter den Gittern. Aber das hinter den Gittern, aber das ist nicht permanent. Aber Inhaftierung, diese wieder Freiheitsstreife. Es gibt keine Möglichkeit zu beweglich bleiben. Das ist Inhaftierung. Und die Festnahme ist geradeaus festgenommen. Festgenommen ist arrested. Was man gefesselt. Ja, Polizei hat diese Leute gefesselt. Dann, ja, aber jedoch. I love German. I really love German. And I love my husband so much. That's the deal. I love my husband. 저희 프레드릭 세상에 제일 사랑해요. 저한테 제일 완벽한 남자란 말이에요. 진짜 잘생겼다. 미안해. 너한테 좋은 사람 못해가지고. 미안하다. 또 눈물 날 것 같아. 미안해. 내가 좀 예뻤으면 얼마나 좋았을 텐데. 머리는 못 좋아도 얼굴은 예쁠 수는 있었잖아. 내가 좀 예뻤으면 우리 헤어지면 좋았을 텐데. 좀 꺼져 이거 뭐야. 왜 안 돼? 이거 뭐야? 그거 아닌가? 미안하다. 내가 너무 안 예뻐가지고. 우리 하지만 진짜 예쁜 사람은 결혼해. 그냥 우리 하지만 좀 프린스 저거 같이 계잖아. 메이트 앤드 프린스. 아, shut the fuck. 멀리서 보는 거야. 진짜 잘생겼다. 맨 이상한 저런 거 입어도 잘생겼다. 왜냐면 이래야 되니까. 예쁜 거 못 입어. 저런 거 입어 잘생겼다. Das ist einfach. 아. 아, 나 그럼 내 폰으로 볼래. 우리 폰으로 보고 싶다. Ich vermisse meinen Mann. Sehr, sehr schön. Aber ich will alles oder gar nicht mit 100%. meine Liebe. 진짜 미안해요, 프레드릭. 프레드릭을 위한 봉사하는 사람, 서번트 해야지. 내 꿈은 프레드릭을 위한 사람이. 프레드릭을 위한 종이 되어야겠다. I want to be a maid for Frederick Playton. Because my husband's so perfect. Oh my gosh, what happened to his forehead? Oh my god, what is going on? Why is it so reddened? Is it crying? 언니. 지금 안 할래요. 그냥 봐도 돼요. 오늘 뭐. 미안, 잘못했어. 날 용서해줘. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. I'm really stupid. I should never break my husband's heart. He's really... Oh no, I'm not lying. I won't be anything to him. I will be a servant, maid, or nanny. If that is what he wants, I will be. Did he cry? Oh, me now, don't bother. Oh. I love my husband. I love him. He's really the greatest gift. But I don't really know. The gift is too big. I don't really know how to cherish it. I'm afraid I might hurt this beautiful creature. I'm afraid of it, honestly. Because he's too good to be true. Very, very great looking. Think about it. Even with this, dorky clothing, he looks so great. I love him. I think, he's the best thing in the whole universe. 야, 진짜 씨는 너무 잔인하다. 이렇게 잘생긴 사람 예쁜 여자랑 나랑 결혼해서 미안하네. You should have married someone really pretty. Because he's too great looking to be true to me. Does he really like me? Is that for real? I don't even actually buy that. That's true. I never met him. Never even actually realized that. Oh, me now, don't bother. 이거 어떻게 해야지 이제. 우리 지금 너무 잘생겼다. 잘생기면 예쁜 여자 결혼해. Hold me now, don't bother. Annoying, frustrating, or catastrophic event all the tribulations experienced by Ivanka Trump during her time in the White House. That was what has been written. I read it. 큰일 났네. Time out. Let me actually go to the bathroom. 아, 오늘만 진짜 하고 이제 GRE를 하러 간다. 진짜. 진짜 하러 간다. me now, don't. Even though that was really old movie, I really loved it. No, why she should have married just like Sharon Stone. There's a Sharon Stone, very smart lady with a great beauty, piercing icy blue eyes. That with the, this kind of lady would go perfect match with 잘 어울렸을 것 같아. Yeah, you know what's that movie? The Fatal Instinct. I loved it. Is that Fatal Instinct? I kind of forgot it. It's not Fatal Attraction. That Michael Douglas one with the Klein clothes, that's a different one. Okay. Now, what was that again? I don't know. Forget about it. That's none of my business. Just actually move on. 나 우리 효정은 그런 여자 결혼했는데 미안해 죽겠다.